Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Susanna here today for Bella Boulevard to share with you this multi-photo cat layout with an interactive element that I created using the Meow collection. So I am scrap lifting myself. I can't really say what layout it is that I'm scrapping, as it is another manufacturer, but it is one that I did of a celebration probably a couple of years ago. So I have pattern paper is my background. So it's actually my frame and then my background. And then I am going to use this piece of white cardstock as a quote unquote notebook page. And so I'm going to use this punch to put the notebook paper fringes, like the torn paper, at the top here. And my original intent was that it was just going to be this white, but the white is not very visible. You'll see in a second against the paw, the multicolor paw. See how it's kind of hard to see it? So what I decided to do is I'm going to take that green that is beside it and repunch. So sorry about the jumping screen there, but that's what happens when you use a punch and your camera is standing on your, it's funny because on your work surface. It's a sturdy work surface. It's a kitchen top table, a butcher top table, and the stand is actually not anchored to the table, so I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I apologize. So repunch that out, and then I'm just going to cover the holes so that I don't have to worry about realigning them. And then I'm going to add this multicolor floral just as a transition between the solid color to the white there. I just thought it sort of broke that down a little bit and added a little bit more visual interest. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down to the page, kind of skew it off to the left a little bit so that the white can be skewed off to the right. And then it ends up giving you that visual illusion of a square within that frame there. So that will be the surface that I actually put the rest of the design on. So I have 4 photos of Luna. She's our gray tabby who likes to climb in high jump really and be in high places and supervise. She is also loves to be a scrappy supervisor. So that will become the title of this layout. Multiple photos of her up on one of my scrap room shelves. She actually knocked things off of the edge of the shelf there in order to create room for herself to sit and observe what was going on. So again, I'm going to use one of the stickers from the doohickey stickers down the bottom. Again, I like the way that just grounds that white space and it doesn't feel like you're falling off a cliff at the edge there. So I'm going to adhere 3 of the 4 photos. That third one, as we go across from left to right, is going to become the interactive element. If you follow my work and you like interactive elements, you know that I use a lot of them. Particularly, a lot of it is stuff that I have learned and or figured out for my memory planner. And so when I started doing memory planning 3, 4, I guess this is my 4th year now. So 3.5 years ago, I started transitioning a lot of those interactive elements into my 12 by 12 layouts, as well as now a traveling notebook, traveler's notebook, as well as my photo albums. I really like interactive elements. I like the way that I can get more photos on a page, as well as get more story told by having more real estate underneath. So I've used the Avery clear sticker paper as the hinge for that. And then I'm going to use this chipboard piece. It's a toe beans paw print as the anchor for that. But what I will, so I used a anti-static pad to take off the adhesive on the backside or part of the backside. But what ends up happening actually is in order to get that adhered, in order to slide the photo underneath, I actually meet the edge of the photo, and so it makes it very difficult to get into. So I am going to try and adhere the photo down better, but that's still it doesn't glide or slide well. So you'll see in a second, I'm going to get a piece of white cardstock, just scrap paper, and I'm going to sort of floss it back and forth to see if I can kind of wear down that photo edge, but that doesn't work either. So ultimately what I'm going to do is end up putting a sticker underneath there so that so that there's a slide rather than that edge that you have to bump up over. But it's going to take me a minute to figure out that that's what I need to do. So just things to keep in mind when you're creating interactive elements is you do have to be able to slide that underneath the anchor point if you choose to have an anchor point. I do like anchor points, especially doing most of my interactive elements in a memory planner, because as you turn the pages, if you don't have an anchor point, then that's going to flip. So I am going to use some Bella Besties here, as well as some of the puffy stickers for a multicolor title, which is literally going to say Scrappy Supervisor. So I'm going to do Scrappy, and I'm going to go backwards because I know that my left-hand edge there is where I want the word to end, and it's just easier to align things. And you will see, yes, we forgot the R, but I will go back and add that. And then Supervisor is also going to go backwards as well, just so that I get the spacing right there. So I have the green for Supervisor, and then that hot pink. Again, I like the way that the green works with the green up the top as the border, and then the pink I've got scattered throughout the page. And so it just, I try to reduce a very busy pattern paper like that background down to fewer colors. And then I'm going to add these florals. So there's 2 to just kind of tie that right hand side with the left hand side together. And that, my friends, is going to wrap it up. So there will be close-ups to follow. Again, this is for Bella Boulevard using the Meow collection. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you're inspired to try and add some interactive elements to your scrapbook pages as well. Thanks for stopping in today. Come back again soon. Take care.